Welcome back to the Talk of Louisville. I'm Mike Mulready.
I'm Kellye Duckworth.
Kellye, how'd the weekend go?
Good. I didn't do much, but it was good.
Why didn't you do anything?
Well, I have a 2-month-old, so it's usually a lot of rest and
Lacking
relaxation.
sleep. I guess she kept you up all night. Is that what you said this morning?
Yeah. Well, it was kind of my fault, but she
Blame the baby, and it's yours.
I know. Well, she was like the weird, you feed her right before she goes to bed or you don't type of thing. So I chose not to, and she woke up hungry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because she usually sleeps good, doesn't she?
She does.
All right. You got to make sure you get a feeding.
I know. Poor thing was starving.
All right. Before we get started, we talk about our sponsors. Christie's Cafe, probably one of the best in the business. She's known for cafe, home-cooked food, but she also caters. So if you're looking for a caterer, please get a hold of Christie's Cafe. I can't tell you all the stuff she does in the community because people would be knocking on her door left and right begging for help. But trust me, what she does in this community, you would be amazed. Just check them out, Christie's Cafe. And if you need catering, please get a hold of Christy. She does an amazing job. All right. Today we have Mark Pfeifer with Wigglewow. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm epic. That's what we say in the world.
Is that what it is? So you volunteered to help with the bar functions at our Cabo Wobble party for how many years now?
5 years.
And I've seen you back there. I've never really met you. And somebody last year said, you need to go to hold of Mark and have him on your podcast. And I don't remember who it was. Do you remember who introduced us?
So I think it is your son's girlfriend's mom and dad, Scott.
Scott,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Scott and Becky. I'm shooting him a message now telling you're in here today. That's right. And that was the first year they came to Cabo, so it was interesting that he introduced us.
They're great people.
Yeah, they really are. Good folks. So this year I went to the fair. And I was walking around, actually him, my son, and his girlfriend. I didn't want to cramp their style, so I'll let them go do their thing. And I'm walking around by myself, and I looked up, and I was like, there's the Wigglewow booth. And I never had you. So I started feeling guilty because we never connected. But here we are today.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
And I have no idea what Wigglewow does. So tell us what it is, how you got started. How did you get into this?
Yeah, so way back, 2014, I'm actually talking via Skype to my brother over the internet.
Skype. Forgot about that.
Do you know what Skype is?
Yeah.
Am I still dating myself?
Yeah, I know, right?
She didn't know who Michelle Pfeiffer was, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
I just got,
Did you look her up?
I did. Catwoman, if anybody needs to know.
And so my nephew, his son, has severe autism.
Okay.
And so he's taught me so much about what it's like to be a parent of a special needs individual. And so he was challenging me. He's like, I know you have rental properties. I know you've been successful in corporate America. I want you to quit all that and start a company that provides opportunities for our population. I was like, wow.
That's a challenge right there, isn't it?
I was like, wow.
Have you ever started? Did you know anything about charities or nonprofits or anything?
No, I
mean, this kind of sounds familiar.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just said I wanted to help people.
Rental properties, nonprofits.
Yeah, we got a lot of connections. We were talking about that a minute ago.
Yeah, so I asked myself.
So why didn't he do it for one? Why didn't he just say, I'll do it?
So what you'll find is special needs families are already maxed out.
All right.
So they're so busy just taking their son or daughter to appointments, to whatever, right? And therapies and all this. And then they're so exhausted. If they're trying to work while on top of taking care of their family member, they're just exhausted. So mentally, they just don't have the capacity. Most of them financially don't have the ability.
But they're on 24/7. Especially if you got severe autism, you can't look the other way for 10 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
So my nephew now is 6'5", 370.
Oh, wow.
Big guy.
Yeah. So at certain points in his life, 5 years ago, you could tell him, hey, Soren, you need to do this, and kind of help assist him in doing what you wanted. Not anymore. If he doesn't want to do it,
you're not pushing him.
You're not going to drag him by the ear and say, get in here, mister. Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's not the
Is
same.
he functioning autistic, or is it,
So if you give him a tablet or something, he can find the funniest videos on TikTok.
Aren't they like
YouTube.
borderline genius?
Some of them
kids?
are.
I've heard they are.
Yeah, so it depends. So there's a huge they say you're on the spectrum, and so the spectrum, the scale for that spectrum is ginormous, and so you have some people that can barely walk, that might have a genius brain, but it's just captured in a body
they
that
can't
they can't
get it out.
with. Yeah,
is that what autism was? You can see it, you can feel it, you just can't get it out verbally. Is that
so? It's kind of hard to put one label on autism alone, because there's such a wide. I mean, the movie Rain Man, right? That was about an
You know
individual.
what that is?
Do.
Oh, wow.
I
That's
know,
impressive.
I do know that one.
It was in the oldie sections of the VHS tapes.
Yeah, I know. I've
Yeah,
never
yeah.
seen it, but I've heard about it.
She doesn't even know what a VHS tape. So Rain Man, he was autistic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's what they call Asperger's. That's like the high functioning genius.
Like Sheldon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's everything in between, where we have individuals that they're usually socially awkward. But most of the time they're able to do something. But we do have some even people, I think we're up to 32 employees now at Wigglewow. So we started 6 years ago with one.
Incredible.
Yeah, 32 employees now with special needs. And it's not just autism. We don't care, right? What people don't realize is only 37% of the special needs population in their lifetime are ever even given a job.
Wow.
One of our employees, Tiffany Otis, she applied for 20 years. I mean, when you and I get turned down once or twice, we're devastated, right? Can you imagine getting turned down for every job you apply for 20 years of your life?
No, can't even imagine.
I call her our sales executive. She is a rock star at our shows. I mean, she's a rock star in the doghouse. That's our commercial kitchen. But she is a person we all claim to be or would like to be. I mean, you walk in the door and she'd say, "Oh, you're so handsome, Mike, and you're so beautiful." Even if you just came out of the gym and looked like crap, right? She doesn't care. She just wants you to feel the best about yourself, and that's who Tiffany Otis is.
We might have to hire her. We need to bring her. I need some positive encouragement.
No, right?
Yeah.
So we just toured a school that teaches special ed kids. And I think you just labeled me. I think I've got some autism. I think I'm a little dyslexic. I think so. I really do. You named everything that I kind of struggle with sometimes. So I think my point is a lot of people are probably wandering around on some sort of spectrum, but they've never been tested or never really pursued it. A lot of these kids in our day, not now, her age, but a lot of us years ago were put in time out or just said, "You're dumb, you're not paying attention," and just kind of shoved it aside. But it's more and more organizations like you are doing things for people with special needs and giving them some sort of life beyond what they're dealing with.
Yeah, we like one of the phrases we came up with is our world tells our population all the time what they can't do.
Yeah.
God created Wigglewow to show the world what they can do.
But it's people like you that create things that give them the opportunity to prove what they're able to do.
That's absolutely right.
So you said 32 now? Is it all special needs folks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
We have people that aren't special needs because if you can imagine, if you've just been around one or two, imagine 15 of them working all at the same time, right? You might help someone for 5 minutes doing this task. They got it. So you walk away to help other people, come back 2 hours later, only to find out that right after you walked away, they stopped doing it correctly and started doing it incorrectly.
So they still need structure and some guidance.
Yeah. Even you might have all the job aids in place, but you need other supervisors there just to keep people on task, make sure they're doing things correctly, and to give them the recognition for doing it right. Same thing you and I want.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that I've learned is that there really is, from a goal-oriented perspective, they want to get married one day. They want to have children one day. They want to have a job. When I talked about 37% are only ever given a job in their life, of the 37% that are hired, 49% of them are paid less than $3.50 an hour. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, the laws and stuff we have in place. So a special needs individual is not allowed to have more than $2,000 total in all their savings, checkings accounts, and everything, unless they pay extra money to have like a special needs trust put together. Or you can have what's called an ABLE account. But if that individual happens to die with an ABLE account, that money goes back to the state. So there's all kinds of things that kind of work against the family or the individual. And so we're kind of on a mission to make a difference. So, yeah.
So what you just see, my head is rambling.
How crazy is that?
How do they know? I mean, do they apply for assistance from the state, and that's how they can condone or can decide how much money they're allowed to have?
Yeah. So
that just sounds so wrong.
The biggest expense.
I'm anti-government, by the way, so I just I'm bare minimum what we need. So it sounds like somebody created a rule to keep somebody at that level. I don't, it's kind of weird.
So the biggest expense for a special needs family is medical bills. right? Because once someone's diagnosed with autism, then they'll be
That till they
getting
die.
care their entire
Labeled
life, right?
for life unless
So
they have
they
more
go
than
on
2,000
Medicaid,
hours. Yeah.
right? So you lose your Medicaid, and now you have to cover your own insurance to cover that. That becomes quite expensive.
It's
for
a lot like
family.
the elderly. They
I was gonna say,
basically
if it's
take
sounding
everything.
like Social Security or disability, you can't make X amount of money.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
got
know
to
how people
sign
are
everything.
surviving though in today's world
Oh,
because you
crazy.
cannot survive just on disability
Yep.
or Social Security. I feel like at this
Yep.
point, you got to have some other
So
job.
imagine you're a parent of a special needs individual, right? And so this is something else I learned through my brother is that if you ask any parent that has a special needs family member what their number one concern is, it's who's going to take care of my son or daughter when I die, right? Because the rest of us are blessed to have an opportunity to be an empty nester, right? You hit on this earlier, Mike, that never happens, right? I mean, I've had parents, they say their first payment, their first bill they pay every month is their life insurance policy. Because that's when it's going to care for their son.
I've always wondered how they plan for that. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's a guy. He's used to be a kid. He's probably older than me now. That wanders our neighborhood. Everybody knows who he is. But I always wondered because his parents are elderly. I mean, what's he going to do? He's walked his entire life everywhere, but he's got something. I don't know what he's got. But most of the people in the neighborhood know of him. They know about him. They watch for him. But his parents are elderly. I guess they probably have some sort of life insurance policy to help him when they
he'll
pass.
go to just a state funded,
or they just become
wardens
assigned
of the state,
warded to the state. Yeah,
that.
We so this stat's like 2 years old now. 2 years ago, there were 600,000 families where the parents were over 65. And they had a special needs son or daughter with no plan at all.
Across the country or just in Kentucky?
No, that's cross country. Yeah.
600,000.
Yeah. And that's
smokes.
Yeah. And so, I mean, is Wigglewow changing the world? No, but we're doing our part.
Making a
Here's
difference.
the starfish story again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Made a difference for that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
If enough people did that, right? So Wigglewow is really about a few things, right? It's providing purpose for our epic chefs. That's the title they get. And it was funny because I was working at the state fair and the guy across from me had a 3D printed booth. And he comes in and goes, "Hey, Mark, do you know what EPIC stands for?" I'm like, "Well, duh, I started the company. Of course I know what it stands for." He goes, "I have a better meaning." And I go, "What's that?" He goes, "It's exceptional people influencing change."
Oh, wow.
I was like, wow.
I love that.
So
where do people come up with these?
I know.
That's
So
incredible.
so that could apply to anybody, not just Wigglewow, right? Exceptional people influencing change. EPIC. And so, so everyone around the doghouse, they always hear me saying EPIC and everything. And it's just, it is such a joy to have a front row seat seeing miracles occur every single day. Because someone might struggle for years, their whole life, not being able to put a plastic glove on their hand by themselves. And then all of a sudden, they're just going off in the break. "Oh my gosh, guess what I did?" And it's so cool, right? I mean,
it's little things like that we take for granted.
That's exactly right.
It's interesting. I've talked to you over the years a handful of times, but I can tell you're the person that was made to do this.
Passionate, yeah.
That's exactly right. I can tell in your personality, you have the patience for these people that work for you all, and that's pretty incredible. So I don't know how it fell in your lap, but it's pretty awesome. So you went out and figured out how to start a nonprofit, I guess. So Wigglewow's a nonprofit.
Yep.
And then what? How did you build this?
So we started with one employee, right? And we were actually working out a 12 by 16 shed with no running water, no heat and air. And so I brought all that in and brought in 10 gallons of water every single day so we'd have enough to make our treats. And we made over 2,000 of our bulk treats, our blue bags, out of that little tiny doghouse. And it has just grown since then. We were blessed with an opportunity to move into a storefront right there on Watterson Trail in the heart of J-Town. So when they shut down for Gaslight, we're right in front of our facility. And it is just, I mean, we can't grow unless we sell treats, right? But the cool thing is when God put on my heart to start this company through my brother, the second thing he put on my heart was if you don't have a recipe that dogs absolutely love, you're not going to employ many people with special needs. I don't know if either of you had dogs, but you might buy treats for your dog the first time.
One bag that he eats, and that's it.
Oh.
He won't switch to any other treat.
We'll have to.
bougie,
You'll have
isn't
to
he?
do the
I
Wigglewow
understand.
challenge. We'll
All
see.
right, all right, we'll try.
Yeah. Does he like bacon?
Yes.
That's our
It's
second
the
main ingredient.
bacon strips or whatever they are is the only thing he wants.
Oh, has he ever had? He had real bacon before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet he chooses ours over the
Okay.
bacon strips.
We'll
Yeah.
have to see.
Yep.
So you obviously make dog treats.
Yep.
You don't do anything for cats, just dogs.
So we actually have pet treats now
Okay.
because our small training treats that people buy for their small breed dogs or even large dogs, when you give a dog a treat, you have to take it outside, right? Unlike cats, they can eat and then they got to wander around the house. And when they feel like they got to go, they go to the litter box, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that with a dog. They'll leave treasures all over the house for you because they're stimulated after they eat. So a lot of our owners have dogs and cats, give their dogs some treats, take the dog outside only to come inside and find their cat's head in the bag of treats, eating it. Or one owner sent me a picture where the cat had chewed through and clawed through the clear window to get to the treats. So we now say we have gourmet pet treats because the FDA wanted another $500 just for me to change on the label instead of gourmet dog treats, make it gourmet cat treats. And they said, well, that's $500.
That's why I'm anti-government. They do the most ridiculous things.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You're targeting a different population. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh
This is
my
So
crazy.
I've met a lot of restaurant owners that come up with recipes and things on their menu. Who came up with the recipes for these treats?
Yeah. So
you ask the dogs, you do a test or what?
So actually, I was working at GE Appliance Park at the time. So I knew all about testing whenever you launch a new product, right? How to determine from the customer base whether they preferred the competitors' models, look and appearance and fit, feel and everything, or yours. And so we use that same methodology for dog treats. So I looked at, because I knew nothing about dog treats, right? So I looked up the recipe online. I'm like, all right, we'll try this one. My dogs love peanut butter, so we did peanut butter. So I found 50 of my peers that had a dog that they gave a dog treat to every single day. And they swore the treats they had at home, just like you, were their dog's favorites. So I told my boss, I said, hey, this is what's going to happen. I'm giving you a heads up. Once 45 or more out of 50 owners, when their dog picks our recipe over their favorite treats at home, I'm going to quit. And she goes, there is no way you're going to leave your salary here to go make dog treats employing people with special needs. And I said, obviously, you've never been on a mission from God, you know?
Yeah.
So I just kind of
But
feel
BNGE, if I leave, you could help support us.
exactly. Yeah. So the first time I did it, only 7 out of 50 picked my recipe. So God and I had a one-way dialogue. I was just whining like a little baby saying, all right, you put this on my heart, but obviously suck at making dog treats. Help me out here. So 2 years, it was over 2 years later, we had 47 out of 50 dogs choose our latest recipe. And that's when I quit. And my boss was like, I'm the only person, because she didn't believe me when I gave her my written 2-week notice. And she calls me at 9:30 my last day. And she goes, Mark, I'm just confirming you're really not quitting today, right? I said, Jennifer, I told you when I handed you my notice, this is official. This is my 2-week written notice. She goes, you can't go anywhere. I'm going, I'm leaving after lunch. You know how it is when you quit. You go out to lunch with your buddies and then you're gone. She's like, no, I got to get to. So I'm the only guy that quit GE that worked till 6:45 p.m. their last day with the company.
Well, that was good of you.
Yeah.
To stick around and give them a little more.
Well, how long had you been at GE?
Oh, I've been total over 10 years. Yeah. Different times.
That's a big move.
Yeah. Yep. But it's
It was the right one, apparently.
yeah. I mean, I am not doing Wigglewow for the money.
Yeah.
It is truly about, I'm just allowing God through me and our company to show the world, like I said, what they can and just transform. And it's not just transforming the lives of the individual. Can you imagine? I mean, here's a scenario that I frequently hear from parents that before Wigglewow, they struggle to get their son or daughter to go to bed. They struggle to get them up in the morning. They struggle, try getting them and make their own lunch. That's not going to happen. Why are they making their own lunch? Well, I'm going to be gone. Well, make it for me. Well, when they start working at Wigglewow, they're in bed at 9 o'clock. They're the first one up in the mornings. Mom, Dad, I can't be late.
Yeah.
And they've already made their lunch. I mean, and another example is when you go home for Christmas, normally all the relatives are sitting around talking about work or what's going on in their life.
They can't contribute.
And our special needs families are sitting off on the corner, watching their video games, videos, whatever. Well, now they're part of that conversation. Hey, you need to hear what I'm doing at Wigglewow, how we make treats and our dogs love them. And
Well, everybody
really
wants
cool.
a purpose.
Absolutely.
So that's what that gives them.
Yeah, I was gonna say people retire, then they lose their purpose,
Yeah.
and they sit on a couch, and they're the same way. If they don't have a purpose, they feel not included. I guess I don't know.
Not contributing.
Yeah.
Wow,
Society.
that's a pretty incredible story. So you started making treats. Did you look up ingredients in current dog food and thought, all right, I need a little chicken, I need a little turkey? Do you cook it all? How does it work? You mentioned a doghouse. Is that like your all's office where y'all make the stuff?
Yeah. So we have an approved kitchen, commercial kitchen
By
to
the-
make
by the
regular
government.
food. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you have to have all the same
Which is
requirements
funny
that you do
to
for make dog.
I know,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to have this. Oh, you have to have 3 different sinks, and I'm like,
Oh
we're
my
making dog
goodness.
treats. So
They
yeah,
just ate it off the ground. Do you
Yeah, I
think
was
they
gonna
care where it
say.
came
Oh,
from?
I know.
No.
Yeah. And
Well,
so,
all right. I'm anti-government, but I'm cool with them making sure dogs are safe. That's cool.
yeah,
But it
'cause-
threw you a lot of extra expense, but I'm sure. I
It
can't
did.
imagine what a commercial kitchen costs to fund.
yeah. I mean, it was just $4,000 just getting the plumbing and stuff for the sinks and everything.
Don't you have to have all those special
And
hoods
you
and
have to
everything?
have the hood. That was another $25,000
Yeah.
just for the hood and everything. Yeah.
$5,000.
Yeah. Oh, and that was the most of it. The hood itself is not the expensive part. It's running the electrical, the gas,
The
and
venting.
then the vent
Yeah,
that has to go up, and then the fan up on top. Yeah.
I've heard horror
It's
stories of
crazy.
cost on stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, you
Yeah.
got your doghouse, you got your kitchen,
Yep.
and you're coming up with different ingredients. Where did you come up with the ingredients to make it? How did you do that?
So I start off just searching on the internet for the starting recipe, and then I got feedback from our population of 50 testers, right? Asked the owners what treats you giving your dogs, because I was set on peanut butter because our dogs had never had bacon before, and then at about a year and a half, so we're kind of stagnant. We'd gotten to like 23 to 30 dogs. We're picking our latest recipe, which was still peanut butter. And one of the owners said, "Why don't you put bacon in it? Dogs love bacon."
Nature's candy.
Yeah. And so I made some samples with bacon in ours. And so I tested with my dogs, and they picked peanut butter. I'm like, I guess my dogs are just weird, right? And so, but the rest of the population, then it jumped up to like 36, 37. I'm like, oh, we're making progress here. And so I was, you can get those cheap, I think they're tenderloins. No, fillets at Kroger that has the bacon around it. They used to be real cheap.
Fillets, yeah.
Yeah. And so it has the uncooked bacon on it. So whenever you cook those on the grill, the bacon never cooks enough, right? The fillet finishes before
It's
the
real
bacon.
floppy.
Yeah. So I threw it in the microwave and went to grab it with my fingers, and it was so dang hot, I dropped the bacon on the floor. Well, out of nowhere come my 2 boxers, right? And they actually grab the bacon and they eat it. And I was like, wow, so you guys like bacon. Well, ever since that point, and that's where, as humans, we don't give dogs enough credit I think we kind of got the whole sensitive nose piece down, but how smart they truly are. Because once they taste something they absolutely love, they don't forget. And so from the time they ate that little piece of real bacon, now when I did the test with them between the peanut butter and the bacon treats, they choose bacon all the time.
But they like that bacon on the ground because it wasn't fully cooked? Is that what they liked,
no,
maybe? Or
it had been fully cooked because it was in the microwave.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
So I put it in the microwave, fully cooked it, grabbed it, and it was so hot, that's when I dropped it, and they just scarfed it right up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't blame them. I love bacon.
Yeah. So then we got up to where it's like 42, and I'm like, so close. And so I was praying about it, and I just felt the Holy Spirit. You need to double the amount of bacon in there. So I doubled the amount of bacon in the treats. Boom, 47 people. See ya, I'm gone.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
So you got bacon and peanut butter. What else is in some of these treats? You got a bunch of different. Well, I know you got some. We'll look at them here in a minute. But I mean, what else flavor have you ever tried them?
Oh, we eat them all the
is
time.
anybody gonna eat them?
Heck
So oat flour. So a lot of people, their vets tell them their dogs need to be grain free. That's because the top 3 allergens for a dog are wheat, corn, and chicken. I know, I was like, chicken. I was really surprised about that one. And so when most vets tell their dog owners, to make sure their dog's grain free, they're talking about the wheat and the
So
corn.
they can't eat bread.
Right.
Biscuits and gravies is probably bad for a dog. Yeah.
French toast. Yeah. It's all. So for us, we chose oats because oats actually has 14 different physiological benefits to not only dogs, but almost to humans as well.
Yeah.
And
Reduces
so,
cholesterol and everything else.
Yeah, exactly. So it's oat flour. Bacon is our second main ingredient. eggs, a little bit of salt, vitamin E, and our staff says lots of love. And our staff swears it's the love they put in the treats that the dogs love. Don't tell them it's the bacon.
Yeah, right.
The double bacon.
Yeah,
The double bacon is what got it.
that's
so.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty incredible. So let's look at some of them. What do you got here?
Yeah.
Did you talk to any vets about what they recommended to put in the food?
So I did not, but there's actually vets now. There's 3 vets in town that recommend these treats. Because, so this that's the large bag. This is the medium bag. So one of the neat things that we do is if you flip the bag over on the back,
Yeah, see?
each Epic Chef gets their own label.
Oh, wow.
And so the reason we do that is to help make a connection with our customers so they know who they're help providing a career for at Wigglewow. Well, we even take it a little bit step further. If you're at a show or you come into the doghouse, which is our commercial kitchen, to buy some treats, our Epic Chefs would actually autograph your bag for you.
Oh, my
Oh, that's even more personal.
Yeah, it's so cool. And you know, when you start things like this, so like you and I, 3 years ago, I was like, you know what, we need to have name tags. Oh my goodness, it was like it was a game changer for our staff because that's something that they see mom and dad have their entire career, but they've never had an opportunity to have.
Wow.
And so when they got their own name tag, they're like, wow, look at this.
Feeling really special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
A quick story. We have a young lady, we call her the Spicy Margarita. Her name's Hope Campbell. And she's not on any of those labels, I don't think.
So
but
we got Cassidy, Hunter, and Mason.
Yep. And so we were at a Strawberry Festival in Borden, Indiana. And a lady walks up, first-time customer, didn't know that we autographed the bag. She was buying a large bag of treats. And Hope was taking a break, and she goes, hey, lady, you want my autograph? And the lady looks at her kind of, you know, like, why would I want your autograph? So I walked up and talked to the lady, and I said, hey, you know, I can obviously see you're a first-time customer. You don't know our system, but most of our customers want to get our Epic Chef's autograph because it makes them feel good. And so she just smiled real big and she goes, well, Hope, why would I want your autograph? Hope goes, lady, everyone wants my autograph. I'm famous. It's so cool seeing that.
Did the lady play along after that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and then we always give them a hard time. They're like, oh, and we actually have customers that collect all the autographs from all the Epic Chefs.
That's genius there.
Yeah. So, yep.
Huh. Where do you sell these at? I mean, do you have them in stores, distribution, or?
Yeah, so we are actually in 22 Kroger stores, all the Paul's Fruit Markets. We're actually getting ready to go into the Cox's liquor stores, and there's a shop in Nulu called the Dog Shop that is one of our biggest customers. They sell a ton there, but like the Popcorn Station in J-Town, there's lots of little places, little boutiques that we have all around town that are really good.
Do they buy the product from you, then resell it, or do you? Okay,
yeah, we wholesale to them, and then they're able to turn around and resell it. So,
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Such a good story. Such a feel-good
Let me
story.
see the small bag.
Even has the interest on the back.
I know, I like that one.
Cassidy's interest, enjoys Special Olympics, likes working at Wigglewow, and wants a dog very bad. We need to get Cassidy a dog.
I know. I feel like
she loves hearing Chicken Fried, the song Chicken Fried.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever it comes on, she'll stop and she'll just sing and she'll just start laughing hysterically. And then, so we start off making all these, we call these our bulk bag treats. And then there's a shop that used to be in the Bluegrass Outlet Mall called the Little Dog Pastry Shop. And they had all these fancy decorated dog treats. And I'm like, you guys are going to go out of business. No one's going to spend the money on those. Oh, how little I knew about the pet industry.
Yeah.
The moms, absolutely. I always tell our staff, we don't decorate our gourmet treats for the dogs.
for the moms.
We decorate it for the moms. Yep.
I was very upset because I bought my dog a happy birthday treat one time.
Yep.
Wouldn't touch it.
Aw.
And I was like, man, I had him a little party and everything, and he didn't want no part of it.
He didn't tear into it?
No.
So we invented this.
Well, looky there.
Wow.
So we have happy birthday cookie cakes. So it has the hole for the candles. So when you
Oh.
have the pate for you and your dog and you invite the neighborhood dogs over, not only can you blow the candle out, but then you can actually twist off a layer to give to all the dogs that have their own individual treat. How
Isn't
cool is
that
that, huh?
Wow.
That is really cool. You know, I'm looking at the ingredients on the back, and it's oats,
That is so cute.
bacon, eggs, salt, mixed.
The cough roll.
What
That's
is
the
that?
vitamin E. It's
Okay.
vitamin E. Yep.
No, nothing fake in here. It's true.
Yeah.
human food, you all have created treats for animals. That's pretty
I'm gonna
awesome.
be honest, I have no idea what my dog eats in those treats. I'm sure it's not good,
Yeah.
but
What are they? Do you know?
little bacon strips.
Oh,
I mean,
it's all kinds of artificial
I was gonna
stuff.
say, I'm
Yeah,
sure it's
not real.
horrible stuff for him. But I'm like,
But our team, I didn't
so
bring our whole plethora of designs, but here's our number one design.
You got how? There you go. That's hilarious.
Everyone's called their dog that at some point or another.
Yep.
You know,
I've called my kids that before. It says little with a picture of shit on it. It says little shit. So that's hilarious. And this one, little balls. And you got Halloween treats. Look at that.
I know.
Wiggle butt. Who came up with all the creativity?
So our staff and parents, it's so much. We have one that's can't hold my liquor, because a lot of dogs can't control their tongue, and we have a lot of fun. And then,
it's amazing when you like our folks have really good ideas. If you listen to the people who work for you, they can build your marketing plan.
Yeah,
I would say they probably had everything to do with Halloween treats for dogs, didn't they?
Yep.
That actually looks like a human cookie. It looks like something you'd buy at Meijer or something.
Yep. And then we have what we think is the biggest dog treat in the world, but we're not going to claim it. Yeah. There's some big boys and girls out there that love getting those treats, and we customize them for different occasions like birthdays and stuff. So, yeah.
I mean, you've went above and beyond. You took time, obviously, to bring people in that would love to be employed. You've gave them opportunity. You've created recipes of stuff that I've never heard of and created some cool. But then you take the whole distribution model. I mean, to make connections with Kroger and places like that is incredible.
You try have you vets, different vets and stuff? Because I've seen.
So some vets, we've tried some, right? And so we're not real pushy with it or anything.
They probably have their own food they push.
Yeah. And so even like people say, oh, you should get into Petco, all these other places. Most of the big box stores, because we literally hand make. There's no machine that cranks these out 24/7 when we're not there.
How do you press them in this stuff?
So fortunately, Daryl Isaac. So we used to manually use a piece of equipment that was used for pottery, where you could flatten out the clay, and we would use that for our dough. It would take 5 to 15 minutes. I could do it in 5 minutes, but most of our staff, it'd take 10 to 15 minutes to get to the right thickness for us to make our treats for each batch. Daryl Isaacs came in because that rock star salesperson, Tiffany, she calls him Uncle Daryl. So that's our connection with Daryl Isaacs. He came in and he goes, Mark, what can I do to help you just blow up your operation? I said, dude, if you could buy me a dough sheeter, you would give me the golden egg. And he's like, how much is that? I said, $10,000. He goes, done. What else?
Wow.
And I literally tears started going down my face. And he's like, dude, it's $10,000. You're not going to cry over $10,000.
He has no idea what he just did.
That's exactly right. So now what used to take 5 to 15 minutes, literally less than 5 seconds. It pours it out. We take it off the sheeter, put it over there. I would love for you guys to come visit the doghouse.
I'd love to see that. Yeah, I want to come see it. Maybe one day next week we can come out there.
Yeah, I can even. So
you
my
check
camera.
your calendar?
Yeah, let me check my calendar. I'm freed up now. So, I followed Derek. Daryl. He doesn't know me from Adam, but I've heard he's one amazing guy. Has the money to be able to do that, and he $10,000 isn't a big deal to him, but he doesn't understand what it takes to run a charity. How you're out begging and pleading for donations, and people look at you like you're crazy and give you $200 and think, and that helps, but it doesn't
Well, and I
impact.
think what we've found too is people love their pets, obviously, but I love my pet. But I mean, unless you really care about the animal population, you're probably not going to even look to give you money.
Right.
We figured that if people don't have a personal tie with cancer, then it's hard to raise money for that.
Yep.
But
do you put egg yellows in here or just egg whites?
Egg everything.
Daryl, if you watch his path, he's lost a lot of weight. He doesn't eat egg yellows. Tell him to save the yellows for you. That probably has a little more flavor to the thing with egg yellows.
Yeah, probably. So you want to hear the long-term vision of Wigglewow?
Absolutely.
So people think we're just about dog treats. No, we're about truly trying to change the world through dog treats. So sorry about that. So we actually will start selling franchises to families that have special needs members so that they can create their own for-profit business in their territory, so their zip code or whatever. So as Wigglewow grows, they'll be able to grow their distribution of Wigglewow treats in their area so that they can put that business into a trust so that after they're gone, the profit from that trust will care for their son or daughter.
That's incredible.
How cool is that?
Is
right?
it anybody or just outside of your area?
So as long as it's someone that has a special needs member tie, it could be an aunt, could be an uncle, but it's truly we don't want to create financial opportunities for everybody
that doesn't need it.
because the special needs population don't have all the opportunities that most other people do. So once we're in 20 to 25 states, we're actually going to start building a mega dog facility that does everything dog related under one roof. And Wigglewow at that point will be employing more than 100 people a day with special needs, and most of them will get paid to play with the dogs. And if you know anything about special needs population, if you line 100 of them up and say, hey, what would you guys like to do if you could do anything for work? 85 of them are going to tell you, I want to do something with animals.
Yeah.
And so when I leave town, do I want someone that's fresh out of high school, still out of high school, that's worried about the latest TikTok craze, or someone that just wants to love on my dog unconditionally, caring for my dog?
Yeah.
So we're going to start building these facilities. But when we buy the facility, we're going to buy an extra 200 to 500 acres of land. And the reason we're going to do that is because we're going to build attached to the facility a subdivision that will be gated and guarded for our population. So the only time they'd ever need to leave is to go to the hospital.
Wow.
So these families live in isolation.
Yeah.
And I know all the big organizations, whether it's Down syndrome, they say we need to integrate into our existing neighborhoods. We're not ready for that.
Yeah.
The average family isn't ready to just embrace a special needs family and love on them unconditionally. So bring them together.
Yeah, so many people, and I've said this before just with our group, I'd love to buy 10 acres and have just my friends and family that I like next to me,
Exactly.
next to me.
Yeah,
Build us a little compound. And same thing with what you're talking about. They want to be people that they can associate with.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of them are probably friends that work together with you all now. Did you say you have 32 people?
32.
That's amazing.
And you're just in Kentucky right now, right?
So yes and no. We have shipped to every state in the union. So buying from us online, there's people currently interested in South Carolina, Washington State, Colorado, Arizona, and Kansas that are looking to potentially buy a franchise. So
What's a franchise going to cost?
Well, so just $10,000. It's $5,000 up front, then $1,000 a year for the next 5 years, and then we give them our secrets on how to sell the treats. They can do they can do as much as they want. They won't necessarily be baking the treats starting off. The long-term plan when we're nationwide is there will be 6 to 10 different territories for Wigglewow, and each territory will have a main bakery that will supply all the franchises
in that region.
territory. Yeah.
So
that way you control the quality, because if you don't cook enough moisture out of these treats, they'll turn green and fuzzy within a week. And even though it's not dangerous for the dogs, owners really don't want to. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not good for the.
So was you a cook before? How did you?
I mean, I was a manager at McDonald's back in the day for 7 years, so I know all about franchises and maintaining control.
I mean, McDonald's, but you've seen how that blew up.
Yeah.
That Netflix
we need to talk to Matt.
Crazy.
He owns a bunch of McDonald's around town. He's liable to put these in there and help sell them for you. I don't know. He's a great guy. But so what's the price point on these? Are they competitive with the other treats that are out there?
Yeah. So the small, medium bags, you get 6 ounces for $13. The large bags are 3 times the weight, you get 18 ounces, and it's $25. And so it's a great upsell. The reason why there's a price differential, our biggest cost is our labor. And so it's much easier to cut 32 treats that are much larger. They can crank through these real fast versus cutting the small ones are really labor intensive, cutting those tiny ones.
They have a 5-pound Chihuahua, so this is
what there you go. That's
we eat those small ones.
And so when people are looking, and they break up real easy. So when people look at either the small or the medium treats, we immediately upsell them to these. Say, if you know your dog likes bacon, and if they've tried the treats and they love them, we're like, you should just, if you could ask your dog and you could understand their response, and you said, would you rather have cute treats or more treats? What do you think they're going to say?
More, for sure.
Dogs don't care. I tell you, we don't decorate the treats for the dogs. We decorate the treats for the moms.
Yep.
Yeah, because dads don't care either.
No,
I know.
yeah.
You got to make them look pretty for her.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to Dwight? You know Dwight?
Oh, Dwight's
huge animal
fan.
No, I was going to say, you've obviously been on his show before.
Oh, his dog's a huge fan of Wigglewow treats.
I bet, yeah. That's his baby. That's
my gosh.
Baby, yeah.
Lemmy, ain't it?
Yeah, it is like, yeah.
Such impressive, man. Such a story. So how do you raise money? Do you have events during the year to raise money to get started, or do you even mess with that right now?
So we literally just got approved in May. As you know, it's not an easy process to apply for a nonprofit through the government. And so we finally got approved in May, and we're still learning, right? So we're going to plan our first fundraiser will be next February. What really kind of set us back is we had an individual, and I'm not going to mention names, that told us they were going to donate $1 million to us as soon as our nonprofit was approved. And so I was like, great. So I took steps because I haven't got confirmation. I mean, there were so many things that happened. I was working a separate event. Total stranger walks by and says, hey, have you talked to, and they used, I'll say Rob, even though it's not the name. Have you talked to Rob lately? Well, I only know 3 Robs in my life. And one of them was the guy that committed to giving us $1 million. I said, I don't know who you're talking about. I was like, how many Robs do you know that have committed to giving you $1 million? And I said, oh, that Rob. Well, how do you know Rob? And they go, I'm his best friend. And he said, yeah, you should push him for 2 because I bet he'd give it to you. So that was like a confirmation to me that it was truly going to happen, right? So normally from January to March, it's extremely slow, but I didn't scale back because I figured that money was going to come through. We'd be able to increase our marketing budget. We're going to buy our existing facility. We could expand. And then he ghosted me after we got the approval. Wow. And so, but that's all right. Everything happens for a reason.
That is horrible.
It is, but that's okay.
Who does that to somebody?
Yeah. Yep. And so how crazy is this? So not only did that happen, but when you think of everyone in the Louisville area, one of our parents, so at the time it was 26 Epic Chefs, one of 26 changed this guy's diaper because they were next door neighbors when he was a baby. What are the chances of that?
Yeah.
Right? So I had that mom call him up and say, hey, I don't know what Mark did to upset you or what. Please give us a chance because he is making such a difference for our population. And she followed up saying, you have a nephew that still lives down the road from me with autism, right? And the individual said, yeah, I know. And she goes, his life would be transformed through Wigglewow if you just give him a chance.
Well, I hope it works.
So, yeah. Yeah. So we're just, we're learning the whole grant process and it's all those, because that's something I have no experience. Like you didn't have any experience about back in the day. So,
no, not at all.
Yeah. So it's just through right now, just donations and stuff, but yep, we're going to 10 years from now, people are going to look back and go, holy crap. Look what that little dog treat company is doing all across the country.
That's how I feel about Shirley's Way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
It's blown up so much. I mean, it's exciting, though.
Well, that's what I was telling Mike. I mean, until I came to you guys today, I thought they just did the one fundraiser once a year.
Oh, gosh.
And I helped make the drinks for you.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I was like, wow.
Oh,
it is crazy. It is so cool.
Yeah. We do a lot in the community, obviously. And if you find someone in Louisville that you think would be a good fit, that would give somebody an opportunity to be a franchisee, let me know. We'll help out with that.
Okay.
But we're going to leave you today, help you with some fundraising. We're going to donate $10,000 to help you out. So let's get these treats everywhere we can. This is pretty amazing. It's pretty incredible. It's the story behind this and the reason you did it is pretty impactful. So hopefully people will listen to the story and get out there and buy some Wigglewow treats. So how big is your facility there? Is it like?
So the first 1,500 square feet is where we currently produce everything. The back 1,500 needs some major rehab work. So the back 1,500, after we buy it, it'll probably be $600,000 to $800,000 to rehab that, but it'll be epic when we're done. So, yeah, it's really cool.
We want to come see it.
I want to see
come
it.
out if you're available sometime next week or something. We'll connect after this. And
I'm gonna take a video if you don't mind. I'm gonna take a treat home with me.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put my dog to the test.
So you got one against the other. Bacon strips versus Wigglewow.
That's funny.
I'm really.
We need to do the challenge.
Yeah.
Video Duke and see if he eats it. Put him next to it.
He's very picky.
Yep, 95%.
Okay.
Now, if your dog ends up being one of the 5%, it happens.
I know. I'm sorry.
Let us know. We'll pray for your dog. I mean, there's something wrong with your dog.
There's something wrong with him for sure.
I would say most of them, obviously, they do everything by smell. So I'd say once they smell that bacon, they probably dig right in.
Yep.
I mean, bacon's got a distinct smell to it.
Yeah, because like I don't think Duke's really ever had a lot of peanut butter.
Yeah, so these don't have peanut butter.
So if it's
This is
bacon,
just
he's
strictly
fine.
bacon. If you know, on our small or our medium and large bags, we actually have "Wow" imprinted on every treat. And I get asked,
I did see that.
I get asked, why do you do that? Because it creates another job for somebody.
Oh,
I have people that say, well, why do you manually put labels on the bag? I can make you pre-printed labels.
That's not what it's
that
about.
takes a job away.
Yeah.
And so where everyone else is trying to automate and streamline, we're trying to become as efficiently manual as humanly possible.
That's awesome.
It's pretty incredible.
Yep.
If
Look forward
whoever's
to having
watching
it
hears the noise, it started storming, and that's the rain coming out. If you hear anything, I thought somebody was doing some filing back there.
No.
But yeah, that's what I mean by. I mean, I asked if the price point is close, but if people hear your story, they shouldn't care what they pay. I mean, within reason.
Well, that's why I like.
But if
this
you're
label
$1
right here.
more or something, and you're providing jobs for people that wouldn't have a job anywhere else, I would think they would pay whatever you ask for these bags.
Well, because it says on there, an employee with special needs helps create every Wigglewow product.
Yep. And Mike, if you think back when we were growing up, right, you'd see, because back then it was called a special ed class, right?
Yeah.
You'd see him in the bathroom. You might see him out on the playground. You might see him at lunch. But after we graduated, what happened to him?
I don't know.
Right? I mean, they were, institutionalized, kept at home. They never had the opportunity that it's nice to see that society is finally starting to accept our population a little bit, I mean, but what a great opportunity to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, it's an incredible story, Mark. I'm very impressed with what you've done. Like I said, it's once you dive into something, you find all these things, roadblocks and stuff, but you kept going. I mean, because I know exactly how that is. We ran into the same thing. So it's pretty incredible. And then to come out with a product that is already on the shelves. So you got it in several Krogers. Is that what you said?
Yep.
And Paul's Fruit Market.
Yep.
We might buy some of them from you and put them in some of our deal stores and see if anybody's interested.
Yeah.
That might be a good spot. We can put them in. We can get a few bags from you, and
we can even do some custom ones. Like we can put the handprints on the treats.
Well, that'd be good. That'd be perfect.
Them.
Yeah. So you got. Obviously, I mean, do these run down an assembly line or something? How do you? They're all hand done.
It's
so
all manual.
Is it done by weight? Do you count how many that goes in a bag? I mean,
so what happens? So the first thing we do is it comes out of Daryl Isaac's dough machine, right? The dough sheet.
Good old Daryl.
So it's the right thickness. So obviously the thickness of the large ones are different in all three of these sizes. And then for these 2 bags of treats, we actually have templates that I made with food grade plastic that actually has slots. Because originally I just had a pizza cutter and I said, well, you just need to cut the lines. Yeah, I wasn't setting them up for success. So I redesigned that process. So now it's thick pieces of plastic. So they just stick the pizza cutter in between the slots on the plastic that sit on top of the dough, and it cuts all the rectangles for them.
Makes them a little more even too, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then the next person grabs the plate that has all the wows, or the moms, depending on your perspective, punches all the wows in it. And then another real labor-intensive part, because it's like cooking brownies versus individual cookies. When you cook a pan of brownies, the center is the last part to finish cooking, right?
Yeah, it gets doughy.
Yeah. So we actually have to separate all these treats and put them on the tray individually so that there's a separation. But that, again, creates another job. Sure. And so we have 2 commercial ovens. Yeah, but then to answer your question, Mike, once the bulk container has a bunch of these in it, then we have scoops that you pour into the bag. They weigh it, and within a certain tolerance, then you seal it.
Are we able to come in and video this?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm thinking it'll probably be a week or so before this episode airs, but it'd be cool if Ryan could kind of tie in little videos or snippets of this process.
Yeah,
because I'm a visual person, so I'm trying to visualize it.
Well, it helps people understand what's going on.
And the staff loves it. Oh my gosh!
I would love to do that.
If they see you with a camera, they'll be all over you. Oh my gosh!
I love that.
Yeah.
But just explaining that process and how it all works, and then.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
And so many people think that we buy our treats in bulk from another manufacturer, and then all we do is package them. And then, because we actually have cameras in the doghouse, so I can show you this, after we're done, where they're actually in there working live. You can see them working and everything, and so many people take the time to bring their dog in and afterwards comment. They're like, I had no idea.
No.
I'm
is so
thoroughly
cool.
impressed.
This
Like I
is so
said,
cool.
Yeah.
I've talked to you a handful of times at Cabo. I had no idea you had this kind of operation going on. So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Let's get that story out there.
Well, and thanks again
thank
for
you.
your support, Mike. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we love supporting the community. And to me, this is a no-brainer when you're doing things for people that wouldn't have an opportunity anywhere else.
Yeah.
You see people that you kind of think probably have some, what's the right word?
Special need or whatever.
I never want to use the wrong word. So special needs in places like Walmart, stuff like that, which is meaningful to them. But this is next level stuff.
It is, absolutely.
It really is. Yep. So, but you're putting a smile on their face, giving them a reason to get up in the morning, and that's pretty incredible.
So wigglewow.com.
Yeah.
Can people order online?
Absolutely. And so the cool thing, if you're local and you order online, you can either help generate revenue for the post office, or another option is to pay an Epic Chef to hand deliver the treats to you.
See, that's even better.
We have customers that actually know their Epic Chef's favorite ice cream, their favorite movie. So it's not just a quick drop off. They plan for hours.
But I mean, like, what another creative way?
Yeah.
Oh, can I share one other thing with you? So the other cool thing, so we currently get our bacon from Sam's Club. Don't hold it against me. But Costco carries the same thing, just a different label. But all along, I've been trying to figure out how I can support local. And we raise pigs in Kentucky. I found a pig farmer in Owensboro that raises pigs. We bought 100 pounds of bacon from her. So we're in the process of testing the Sam's Club bacon against her bacon. Because if dogs prefer the Sam's Club, we can't just switch it 100%. But God willing, if dogs prefer her bacon, we'll pay the $25,000 to have the shelf life testing done because the FDA requires that. But the cool thing is she's willing to hire people with special needs out of Owensboro to help raise the pigs.
That's awesome.
And then I said,
incredible.
I go, hey, so after 2 months, when that's successful, what if Wigglewow buys you 300 chickens? Would you be willing to hire another 5 to 10 to take care of the chickens every day, collect the eggs? So once a week, we'll get fresh bacon, fresh eggs. Wow. We're going beyond just making dog treats, right? It's helping other people understand the power of this population. Even small business owners that are listening right out there, if you're struggling because employees are calling in sick all the time, or it's December and they still have 3 sick days left that they can take at the end of the year, they're going to take them, and you know it.
Yep.
An Epic Chef is never going to call in sick unless like they're almost ready to go to the hospital. And whatever ability God has given them, they're going to give you 100% the entire time they're at work.
Yeah,
I agree.
So please give them a chance.
Absolutely. Epic Chef. We'll order some online and can we pick an Epic Chef to deliver them to us?
Sure.
How do they get out of the kitchen? You get them out of the kitchen and load them in the car and let them deliver?
So we have over 100. So there's 50 people currently on our Epic Chef waiting list. So a lot of people on our waiting list give opportunities to be part of the team to do deliveries for a particular zip code.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how so once they do that and we have more sales, we can bring more people in, they'll be the first ones to become part of the doghouse when it's all ready. So
cool. We're going to come, if we can come next week or whenever, do a tour, and I'm going to bring a pad, and I'm going to get these folks to give me some autographs.
Oh, they'll give you their own label.
Actually, we might take a couple shirts and have them autograph the shirts.
That's cool. Yeah.
We'll come up with something special for them.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Bring some shirts for them to wear too. So, well thank you, Mark. That's pretty incredible.
Thanks for your generous donation, and thanks for having us. Thanks for all you do.
Well, we try to dabble in a little of everything. But
I think this is a first.
Wigglewow.
You haven't had dog treats on before?
No.
Oh, it's a big market. You should consider
We've gotten this far with a lot of headache, and I don't want to take anything else on, to be honest, but it'd be pretty cool. I don't know. We might start as a franchise. You want to start a Wigglewow franchise?
They sell well. It shows.
Did you do pretty good at the fair?
Yeah, the fair, we did well. So we actually broke a single-day record at Gaslight a Saturday ago when Gaslight took place in J-Town. Even better than the best day at the fair, which was crazy. It was, it's just.
I feel like J-Town's a great area for you all to be in, too.
Yeah. Southern Indiana really supports our population. Really? So we have Harvest Homecoming coming up.
I'll go to that.
Oh, yeah. That's huge for us. Yeah.
Well, you'll see, I haven't been to Gaslight in a while, but we went to Harvest Homecoming last year, and you see people walking around with their dogs quite a bit over there.
Yep.
Yeah. So, well, very cool story, Mark. Glad to finally sit down and talk to you. Check it out, wigglewow.com. Pretty amazing stuff. all made right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Check them out, and we'll see you next time.
See you all.
Thanks.